We ran out of food. We had around 600 invited to our wedding reception, no RSVPs, but we didn't expect the turnout we got. All right, you guys know what time it is. It's the comment section confessions where I react to some crazy tea. You guys leave me in my comment section. We had a buffet style meal and people took more than their fair share apparently. We just celebrated 26 years on 10/16/25. It was a great day all those years ago. Okay, I have so many questions. As a day of coordinator and someone that's planned many events before, what do you mean no RSVPs? Like, did you put it on a website and say open invitation? Did you say bring whoever you want? Because that is like a logistical nightmare. Now, a typical rule of thumb is about 75% of your guests that are local will attend your wedding. And if they're more out of town, about 55% of those people. However, it's so important to track RSVPs for this reason, because you really just never know. It could work on a weekend where people just have it open, they have nothing planned, or opposite, where there's a lot going on, or it's cold, or travel is expensive, where not a lot of people will come. The mother of the groom obviously clutched onto the groom during the dance. Guests commented to the bride about how she was so visibly shaken to have to give her son away. The next day, she told the bride how her family wasn't friendly enough to her and how they should have had the reception at a later time. Later, mother-in-law was overheard by the bride talking about how mother-in-law's adult daughter was the most beautiful woman at the wedding and stole the show. This is a mother-in-law that hates her daughter-in-law. And you cannot tell me that she didn't know someone was listening in when she said those words. She did it on purpose. She wanted the bride to hear, and she wanted the bride to know how she truly felt. And if that's what she's saying while the bride's within earshot, you can only guess what she's saying behind her back. My mother-in-law hired a funeral director for the wedding. We had our own. She also surprised us with fudge and stubby holders, don't know what that is, as party favors on the wedding day. Just so you know, we are very religious and a third of the people there did not drink. My mom tried to take over the planning of the wedding and I stopped her with my dad's help. Okay, I looked it up. A stubby holder is like a beer koozie that we have in America. This is typically in Australia. Correct me if I'm wrong. It might be different in different countries. But that is an odd party favor, especially when a third of your wedding guests do not drink. I'm wondering if this is something they tasked the mother-in-law with, or she was just like, surprise, I got favors for everybody. That doesn't really make sense. My husband and I planned to go to the courthouse and call it a day. Neither of us wanted an actual wedding, but my family had other thoughts. After some arguing, we agreed to do a small ceremony at the family friend's property who would also officiate. The number one thing I always say is go with your gut. If you and your partner only want a small wedding, do that, because I feel like most times when you go opposite of what you want and listen to everybody else, you're going to regret it or have some kind of resentment towards that day. 2 days before, we got a call saying that his mom burned down their house and he could no longer do the wedding. We ended up doing our initial plan of going to the courthouse. What? Wait, the mom burnt down the family friend's house or their house? Either way, it's terrible. But if she's the one that was pushing for the wedding, why would she burn down the house? Was it an accident or was it on purpose? I need a lot of more details here. I got married 11 years ago and the registrar, when asking us to recite our vows, said the best man's name. Okay, unfortunately, I've heard a lot of stories where this happens. It's the classic Ross and Rachel where, that's way worse. The groom says the wrong name, but I've heard of many stories where the officiant says the wrong name or pronounces the name wrong. And I feel like it's your job as the officiant or someone at a wedding, a DJ, you need to know how they pronounce their name and do it the correct way.